dum digga digga dum ba dum digga digga dum ba dum digga digga dum ba 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 dum bum bum. Here we go. It's Figma LINK. Let's open him. So yeah, it's Figma LINK. He finally came. Not finally, I just paid for him on Saturday. Like, AmiAmi's EMS shipping is really fast. They just mailed it to me on, like, Monday. And I got it today, because it's super fast. Like, that fast. And, I like it. Here's a picture of on the back of all the things he can do. Well, not all the things he can do, but a lot of things he can do. Put that over here. So he comes trapped in, frozen in ice. Along with, see, there's the ice. With a scabbard. You can go ahead and tap those out of that bag, box, ice, whatever. They open up this and release him from his suffocating prison. You get the Master Sword, which is a cool little Master Sword. Slice, slice, slice. Now this is an effects part for the Master Sword that you stab the Master Sword into, and it looks like the sword is swinging. It's very heavy. It also can fit in the scabbard as well, just like that. And that's kind of cool. Inside here, you get, you also get the Hyrulean Shield, or the Skyland Shield. I guess this is from Skyward Sword, so maybe it's not Hyrulean. With, oh man, this handle, we'll get into that in a little bit, but the handle pops off so you can switch sides. Depending on which hand you want him to hold the shield in. This also unpegs so that he may hold it. Or just if you need help getting his arm through there. So yeah, there's the Hyrulean Shield. Or the shield. It comes with a Ziploc bag for your sandwich. A base, an articulated arm to go into the base for a stand, as well as two different tips. I'm not sure what the point of this one is, but you get two different. I mean, like, I don't know why that one's different than this one, but you get two different tips for the stand for action poses. You can plug these into the back of your Figma. You also get some hands. You get some angled sword holding or angled whatever holding hands, or mostly sword. Some regular posed hands, some open hands, and then some what do the 5 fingers say to the face hands, wide open palms here. Also you get Link. He's got an articulated hat, so I don't know why you wouldn't want to buy it automatically, because he's got an articulated hat, and that alone is worth the price of buying Figma LINK. Because his hatty moves. He's also got an angry face when you don't put his sandwich in the special vacuum seal bag and keep it fresh. Also, he's got some different hair because the wind exists in Skyward Sword. So yeah, there are all the accessories. Go ahead and put all the plastic back. We don't really need this plastic bag for now. He's already had lunch. So yeah, here he is. He's very cool. Very poseable. Another addition to the Figma line, obviously. He's got a little, wah, we're the beautiful people, the beautiful people, wah. Anyway, sorry, that's what that reminded me of when I did that noise. He has kind of a waist underneath his skirt. It does not move above the skirt. This is all one piece, it looks like. But he's got a soft rubber. I know it's not really a skirt, it's a tunic or whatever, but, you can see it does have some extra flaps that fold around at the back for movement, and also if you just want to have him have flappy legs. He's got Rocketeer pants and boots. He does have soles on his feet. He does not have diamonds on the soles of his shoes. But, I'm just talking about diamonds on the soles of your shoes. And I said, woo, ooh, Talking about diamonds. Anyway. So yeah, here's all the accessories. Here's how to use... Oh, if I'd read this, I would not have freaked out when I thought my shield broke on me. Because I was trying to put the shield on his hand, and that handle popped off, and my first thought was... Aah! And my second thought was, oh, it's supposed to do that. So the pieces come off, and I'm glad they explained how that works. So here he is. First off, before we get into any of the crazy weapon storage, as you just saw, you can pop this handle off of the shield. Pop this handle off of the shield. Put this in right here. Did it go in the... Which bit did it go in? And then put the handle across right here, the crossbar. Come on, plug in, plug in. You know you want to. You know you want it in there. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Plug the handle in like this, and well, boy howdy, that doesn't seem like it's going to work. There we go. Okay, there we go. And there's a little notch there on the scabbard that keeps it up. And then you plug this into his back like this. Plug into his back. And you can have him carry the sword and the shield on his back like that. Which is really cool. That you can have him carry all that stuff. You can have him pull the sword out of the scabbard and all that stuff. You can also, as I mentioned earlier, this handle came off as I was trying to get him to hold it. And now, of course, it doesn't want to because it hates me. Okay, there we go. So the handle comes off. You can keep this stored on his back. Just plug it right in there. The sheath. It looks a little big on his back at a weird angle, but it's just how Figmas are. I don't know. I've only have 2 Figmas. This is the first one that looks like a person. So there he is right there. So yeah, I'm not going to get into all the hands. Like there's an angled hand that allows him to hold the sword at an angle. And I'll show that off real quick. If you want to have him with the sword raised above his head. Also, I've heard a lot of problems, tricky problems about getting him to hold the sword. And so what I did was, before I even had him hold the sword for the first time, I just stuck it under some hot water. Like, not even like boiling, just hot water from the tap. And as soon as it was hot, I just kind of peeled the fingers out a little bit and shoved the sword in there and let it cool. And I've not had any problems since. So, just a little tip there. Heat up the hand a little bit. Put the sword in, let it cool off, and you should have no problems. But see, now he holds it like when you angle a sword, you do kind of tend to angle your hand like that, and so that lets him hold it in a more natural I'm holding a sword pose versus the rigid straight up and down pose. You do have hands that will allow you to hold it in a rigid straight up and down pose because that's more of a relaxed. I've got this sword here. You don't want to mess with me. Relax at the side pose like that, or if if you want, like if he's holding it above his head, that's more of the angle like a hand would hold a sword at. Naturally, I mean, if you think about that, that's kind of how you hold your hand, and that's cool that they included that because they didn't have to, and you get a left and a right version of that. You also get the standard, like I said before, the standard open hand. This one didn't stay. I didn't leave the sword in as long on this one, so it's going to be a little harder to get back in. I may have to heat this one back up again. But I find if you take it and kind of push it in under the thumb first, and then approach the fingers from behind with the sword handle, it's a little easier to get the sword in. Again, not as easy this time because like they mold these things really tight. And again, it helps too if you open up the hand a little bit beforehand. I kind of hold it open like that. Get the sword handle in, and then get the sword. Oh, crap. Okay. Nothing bad happened. Just, I didn't know where the hand went. It fell straight down, thankfully. But yeah, this is more of what you'll deal with if you don't heat the hand up before using it. And it does like to go right back into its more closed pose, so you got to be quick about it. Part of me is like, why don't we just go heat it up and skip this part? But also part of me wants you to see just what I'm talking about, like so you know how difficult it is. There we go, we got it in the hand. We will not be swapping this hand out for the rest of the video. But yeah, so it goes in his hand there. And now he's got more of a straight up and down, like a hack slash, if he was going to swing it, type of pose for the sword. And again, same on the other side. You use left and right. I'm not going to mess with the open hands because they are just open hands. They're just kind of relaxed position hands, and then like an open, almost like a slap hand. You can put up a stop sign or so if he wanted to put his hand on something. Open palm hand. We'll go to the normal grabby fist for this hand. We'll pop it on, just like this. And there he's got it. Then we take this handle. And this handle also comes apart up here, so you can take it and instead of trying to, unlike the sword, instead of trying to force it behind the fingers, you can just slide the handle very easily right up into his hand. Hooray. And look at that. Now you don't have to worry about fighting with it. It would have been nice if the handle of the sword came apart to allow the same thing. It does not, as near as I can tell. So yeah, we'll put this back together. And then you just take this, and whichever side it's on, like I said, if it was on the other side, you'd want to have it plug into this side over here. But it's not. So you plug that on, like that. Take the leather strap, and plug it on, like this. Come on, peg together. Maybe okay. There is one. One is bigger and one is smaller, so I was doing it upside down. Come on, you. So plug the big one on the bottom, small one on the top. All right, and then he can hold a sword or a shield on his arm. So now he's ready for battle, ready to fight anything he may come across. Octoroks. Not Sauron, Ganondorf. Sorry. Sauron. Samus. Oh! Smash Brothers, fight! Kick. Shoot. Block. I got a Pokemon. Oh, Pokemon blew Samus off the side of the screen. But yeah, just real quick, there he is. A comparison with the other Figma I own, Samus from Metroid Other M. Which I had a fun time playing. I know some of you all like to be all, but Metroid Other M destroyed Metroid for me, and now I'm sad. And I'm not, because I had a fun time playing it. Wait a minute. Oh, that's just the fist. Okay, I was about to say, why do I have an open hand? But it's not. So I'll put the fist back on the little convenient storage sprue. And again, posable hat. But anyway, there's the comparison there with those two. We'll put Samus back over here. Also, like I said, you can pull off you can give him, this is his static hair and kind of calm face. You can pull the hair off, make him look funny. Pull his face off and make him look even funnier. And then you can put on his angry face. Put on his wind, or flapping in the wind hair. And give him an angry, I'm about to chop you with my sword here look. You can also, like I said, if you want to have him in the middle of a slash, you probably want to have him use the other hand, but you can have him swipe with a sword. You can make it look like he's just come down with a slash by putting on the slash effect here. Rah! Granted, that pose doesn't look like he just slashed with it, but you get the idea. You can hold it out. Just slash with it. The slash effect is a little heavy, but not horribly so. And also, like I said, you've got the stand here, which he has the hole on his back for the scabbard. There's another little hole right here around his waist. So if you want, you can plug him onto the stand and get him in some leaping poses. I had him in a pretty good one earlier where he can look like he's just kind of, wah! He's coming at you. Oh, there we go. I think so. Yeah, and like I said, poseability is really up to your imagination. There's not a whole lot that limits him because, like I said, even this there's some pressure from this, but the way that it's not all one piece, that it does have this separate flap that kind of tucks behind there, you can actually get his legs up into is like some pretty intense angles, even underneath that tunic bit. Going straight forward, like here it's a little easier because I'm going off to the side where there's already the split. Going straight forward would be a little bit more limited, but he's got a little toe pivot. He's got rocker ankle, or actually there are pivots. Huh, interesting. Well, the way the joint goes in, it's kind of like a Rebel Tech joint where it plugs into the foot, so it rotates a little bit here, as well as back and forth on the ankle. The elbows rotate and hinge. He's got the ab crunch. You can get like a lot of really nice poses out of him. And I'm really, really happy with it. This is a really cool figure. Like I said, once I got Samus, Samus I wasn't sure about. I'm like, I do like Metroid. Maybe I'll pick up Samus. And then they announced Link, and I'm like, okay, if they're going to start making Nintendo characters, I will. I'm down for that. And then And then they announced Pit, and I'm like, well, okay, now we're getting into a Smash Brothers type of thing going on here, so maybe this is worth getting into. And like I said, I have not pre-ordered Pit. Have they even put pre-orders up for Pit yet? I don't know. Will I get Pit? Probably. I haven't gone nuts trying to figure out where to reserve one yet. That may just be because they're not available yet. That could entirely be the reason now that I think about it. But he's lower on my priority list than Link and Samus. Samus was kind of, okay, I like Metroid, that's cool. Link is just, the sculpting on him is just awesome. He's a great-looking figure from a line of games that I really enjoy. I'm looking forward to seeing who, if anybody, they come out with next. But if nothing else, like Samus had her issues because she's in that armor, and it kind of limits her posability. She's there to look like Samus. Link, by himself, he looks like Link. It's very cool. He's very seems pretty faithful to Skyward Sword from what I've played of the game. I haven't finished it yet, but just as an action figure, he's cool. He's got a sword and a shield and a posable hat, and how can you go wrong with that? So yeah, check him out. Pick him up if you have any interest in the Zelda games. Like if you're a fan of Zelda, Link is worth nabbing. He's really, really nice, really, really nicely articulated. And it's just, like I said, I like him way more than Samus. And I think I'm a bigger Metroid fan than a Zelda fan. But this Link figure I like way more than the Samus figure. He's just really well done. So there he is, Figma Samus. Or Figma Link, actually. Woo. Oh, no. Figma Link. Yeah, very cool.